our players became giants of the game and changed it forever, wearing our famous claret and blue. 60 years on, we wear the pride, we wear the passion, we wear the history, whilst making our own. Wear the greatness.
Right, you lot, today's a big day because we know West Ham United is all about putting in the hard work, grafting for the bag. Yes, let's have it! And you've worked hard. Early starts, late finishes. Oh, I've seen it. Tireless, selfless graft. We're not just cooking on the pitch. We're cooking off it too. And you do it all on your own, don't you? Well, not anymore. It's not just about the badge on your shirt. It's about what you wear on your sleeve and what that represents. Because this club don't exist without you. You pillars of the community. You champions of industry. You beautiful business owners. Now get out there and show me what you've got!
Our London, real London, nobody stays a stranger. The Bow Bells, our London calling. More than just a place, the Cockney cool heard far and wide. Graft and dedication, together for the ride. Born here, raised or made here, this is home. Our differences unite us, wherever we may roam. Our spirit strong, our pride runs deep. In our London, it's our dreams we keep. Through highs and lows, we rise and shine. Beyond these streets, the Bow Bells chime.
West Ham United legend Jimmy Walker has got himself in a spot of bother.
Hello, Car Insurance, how can we help?
The company motor's broken down. It's match day.
I know just the company for the job.
NWVA. The fastest, most efficient, cost-effective vehicle assistance company in the UK. Right, Jimmy, let's get into this game, eh?
Nice one, Tom.
Above.
NWVA are proud partners of West Ham United.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rush Green for this Friday night football fixture between West Ham and Chelsea. I'm joined by Mark Phillips. Mark, how are you doing?
Not too bad, I'm all right. I've had a little bout of COVID, which I'm just getting over, but enough about me. Just bore off, man, bore off. I'm all right.
Well, I'm glad you're doing okay now. Fit enough to be in the gantry with me, Ollie Aldis, for this fixture. Obviously, going forward, looking forward to this game. What are you most looking out for in this Chelsea side?
Them losing the game tonight, I think, without being biased. No, I think the under-21s started off the season miraculously. Again, as I said before when I was on, when you think of the amount of players, under-21s players, who are out on loan at clubs. So, you know, I thought we might struggle to have a good start this year, but the players have completely proved me wrong.
Well, it just is testament, really, to how good the West Ham Academy is. I remember last year, of course, you finished second in the Premier League 2 and had a really good first half, coupled with a good second half as well.
Fortunately, part of my role is to go and see West Ham players who are on loan at other clubs, and I was at I thought he started the game excellently, had a little dip towards half time, started the second half again excellently. Unfortunately, Doncaster went 3-1 up, and it was Patrick's mistake really that got them Man United back in it, and they come back to draw the game 3-3. But both teams qualified out of the group, so it wasn't that bad for them.
Brilliant. Well, we'll just run through the teams whilst the players get to their positions. We'll start with West Ham. 8 changes made since their 2-2 draw against Benfica in Dagenham. Finley Herrick back in goal after an excellent performance from Mason Terry. That sees him go to the bench with Ryan Batram back in the side alongside Ezra Mayers. One of the only starters from Tuesday, Tyron Akpata, starts in midfield alongside the captain Caelan Casey in defence with Louis Zhao. Sean Moore back in the side with Lewis Orford, who got the peach of a ball through to Brad Dolligan to set up West Ham's second. He's back in midfield. Kamari Swire in attack with Ollie Scald and Amika Adieli. Substitutes Dan Rigg, who made an exceptional assist for Guilherme's goal, with Sean Trima, Brad Dolligan, Josh Ajala and of course Mason Terry. For Chelsea, 2 changes since their impressive win in Bromley in the EFL Trophy. They of course named Max Herrick in goal with Brodie Hughes, Travis Okomiya, number 4 Caden Wilson, Shea Samuel Smith, Alex Matos, Ato Amper, Keanu Dyer, Donald McNeely. Man in form, Harvey Vale, he comes into the side and keeps his spot, the captain, with Tyreek George. Substitutions, Josh Achimpong, Richard Elise, Reece Russell-Denny, Shamira Muka and David Washington. So both sides getting ready for the start. And obviously West Ham so far, 4 wins in 4. Who have been some of the standouts that you've seen throughout the season, Mark?
I think it's been the victories have been based really on a really solid defensive. Before, you know, with Lewis Howe and Caelan Casey, they've been really solid at the back as a platform to play from, and that's been our key really. I won't pick out any Chelsea players because normally when I do that they tend to score 1 or 2 goals against us, so I won't mention them.
Well, that's a good idea. I remember the last time we covered this game. I think it was our first game together, Mark, back in January. Of course, Chelsea did win this fixture in the Premier League 2-0. And the goal scorer, just before we were mentioning we went live, Mark, you knew him well, Ronnie Stutter. You said you were pleased to not see him on the bench or even playing today. He's at Burton.
He's at Burton on loan, and the other player that night, if you remember, was Castledine, who's is on loan at Shrewsbury, so, as well as several of our players, I must admit.
Of course, you mentioned him just before the game, Louis Zhao. What do you think his season will look like? He's the oldest player in the side for West Ham. What can you see him doing in the next couple of years?
I mean, Lewis is he's never ever let West Ham down. Every time he plays, he's a nice, consistent game. He's physically strong, just does a job. And he's playing with lots of younger players here, but just does a job.
Good leader in the heart of that defence. Of course, he came on towards the end of that Benfica match. Showed a lot of character. I was on the game at the Chigwell Construction Stadium, and the first half was fairly lacklustre, but they managed to get themselves back in it. Of course, Louis Guilherme started. Have you been impressed with his time for West Ham so far?
Never seen the fella kick a ball in my life. Never seen him.
I'll take that as a no comment.
That's a no comment. There's nothing derogatory to the lad. I just don't know him. Don't know him, never seen him, don't know anything about him. He scored the first goal, didn't he?
He did. It was a lovely ball. Someone you'll know plenty about, Dan Rigg.
I know a lot about Dan Rigg, yeah. I've seen the goal. It's a lovely little flick through pass, so to speak. But most of what I heard about the other night, people who are West Ham fans were telling me that Mason Terry made some exceptional saves in the goal for us.
He certainly was the player of the match for West Ham. What a second performance he had. Of course, he's on loan at Hornchurch. Have you been watching him closely this season?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to any games, but I went to see him a couple of times last year. He was at Concord Rangers, and I went there, and I think both the loans, Concord Rangers and Hornchurch, have really given him some confidence playing in men's football. It's quite nice that we're quite well blessed at the under-21s level. When you think of Finn, you think of Mason Terry, you think of Christian Heggie out on loan, goalkeeping wise, we know the future looks bright.
Of course, Knightbridge, he's now left West Ham.
He was signed by Oxford United, and then they sent him out on loan to Braintree, and they've asked for him to come back. Go on, Cam.
Wire, of course, got his first goal for West Ham this season. Their last game against Newcastle. Was one player that I've really admired since stepping up is Tyron Akpata. Have you worked with him closely, Mark?
Yeah, no, Tyrone really well, sort of thing. I mean, it's a really strange story with Tyrone because when professional contracts were given out, don't like this picture at all.
Really early opportunity, and he squandered it, smashing it over the woodwork. Let off for West Ham.
It was indeed. I think it was. I'm not going to tell the Chelsea player how to play, but a little dink there, and it was 1-0.
Felt like it was going to be 1-0 there. You thought you were just going to see the ball suddenly hit the back of the net.
I did. But talking to Tyrone, when the contracts were given out, he was told he wasn't going to get one. So he could have sulked, he could have gone to other clubs. He just kept playing for the under-18s, really establishing himself, and then becoming and West Ham had a change of heart, change of mind, and they gave him a professional contract. And that's why I think he's not playing on both. He's just playing there saying, look, this is what I'm about. I think he's done really well this year. I'm really pleased for him.
I think that just makes a player as well. The fact that he's got that determination, the point not to sulk. And if you're not a sulker, and if you're mature about it and don't take things personally, you can grow so much more. So that's really beneficial.
Couldn't agree more with you. Exactly. And he has done really, really well.
So props to him, starting in midfield alongside Lewis Orford.
Well, so many players would be trying to get their agents involved and all this. He just got on with it and let his football do the talking, and there he is in the team, doing well.
With that mindset, you could certainly see him going up the ranks. Here's Amika Adiele for West Ham's first chance of the game. Can they open the scoring? Yes, they can! Amika Adiele running towards the byline and just clipping it in behind. 1-0 West Ham. Not even 4 minutes gone, Mark.
I thought actually it'd taken too long. It was a great run, and the defender was just getting back, and then he sort of looked to lose control, and just in the end, great balls in behind. He kept on side nice, great bit of movement. You look now, he's used his pace, got in the box where it's done. I thought then he's waited too long. Just waited too long, and there you go. Thanks for coming.
What a poke home that is. And a really, really good ball from Ezra Mayers down that left-hand side. The vision to see that. He did have a bit of green room around him, Adiele. What do you make of the Chelsea defending for that one? Of course, nothing to take away from the West Ham goal, of course.
I think it looks like they're playing with 3 at the back and 2 wing-backs, Chelsea, which we tend to do. And it obviously, if the wing-back pushes forward, it obviously leaves holes in behind to exploit.
Of course, Chelsea coming off a really good result against Bromley, where they did start a back 3. In Hughes, Wilson and Okamia, who are the back 3 for this evening as well.
And if you're Chelsea, you're thinking we should be 1-0 up, now we're 1-0 down.
Literally, it's a story in the opening 5 minutes so far of a side that squandered their chance, and another that took theirs very well. And that is Amika Adiele's second goal of the season. He's been a really bright spark as well for this West Ham side this season. A strong second half since when he came on against Benfica on Tuesday. Pato just put under a bit of pressure there.
He has, when you think of Emeka's an under-18, so again he's playing up a few years and more than holding his own. I think his super strength, if you want, he's got lightning pace. He has got lightning pace, which he showed for the goal. I obviously taught him that finish, but they'll tell you afterwards.
I'm sure you taught him the finish and the pace there, Mark.
I'm not teaching anyone any pace, I can assure you of that, unless I'm driving.
The big reason as to why they've got 4 wins in 4 is Tariq George, of course, the number 11 for Chelsea, who missed that opportunity. Just behind that goal, of course. To our left, we've got some construction going on, Mark. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? Do you know what's going on there?
That is going to be the new purpose-built facility for the under-21 players, changing facility and canteen area. And let's get the ball out of the box first. And that's going to be finished sort of like, around Christmas time, where there's a bit of porter cabins and a bit of sharing stuff with the first team. That's just going to be solely for 21s, which is great.
Of course, with the new first team manager in Julian Lopetegui, how's the under-21s and first team? Do they train together? Are there particular times where they're separate?
A bit of both. A bit of both of what you said, really. Sometimes the first team want to be on their own. Sometimes they want some opposition, maybe on a Friday. So they'll either have the 18s or the 21s matched up against them. It's a little bit of both. And sometimes the manager will just want one player or 2 players in position specific. Calum Casey more than often trains with the first team.
You think he's got what it takes to be a future first-team captain? Of course, he's wearing the captain's armband this evening.
I do. I have to take my bias head off because I like all our young players because I obviously had something to do with their career. I want to see Callum Casey play for England elite squad under 20s 2 weeks ago against Romania at Stockport County, and he had a cigar on really. He doesn't smoke actually, but he played in that sort of vein, really comfortable. It was a comfortable victory for England, but I thought Callum played the 90 minutes out very well.
Very positive for West Ham, but this may not be. But there he is, that man there, having a cigar with that defending, heading it away.
It was quite funny, the game actually, because the two coaches were Paul Nevin, used to be a coach of the West Ham's first team, and Kevin Nolan. So it was a big West Ham connection up there.
A nice little meet up afterwards.
We did have a little chat, yeah.
Chelsea with their throw in their final third. Caden Wilson now. Shea Samuel Smith. Wilson, new number 10, someone to look out for. It's their number 10, Harvey Dale, this evening. He's enjoying his season so far for Chelsea. Army clearance away from Ezra Mayers. It's a big season for Kamari Swire. And being at West Ham, we're in their under-21s. This is his second season.
Yeah, I mean, he had a year. Yes, last year he was at Crawley. He was at Crawley Town. Didn't probably play as much as he wanted to, or didn't make his mark, in senior football. It is a big season for him. It is a really big season for him this year.
Just like it is for Lewis Orford and Sean Moore. They were saying before the season that a lot of the old players last season's players have now gone to first team football.
I mean, they've gone and they seek first team football, and if they get to, Freddie Potts is actually playing in the Championship for Portsmouth, isn't he? So they're seeking first team football. The next step really would like to be on the back of that stand, training and playing for the first team. That's obviously where we want them to be. That's the point of running an academy, is to get players over there.
Of course, Freddie Potts, how's his season gone so far at Portsmouth?
He's only started one game. That was the last game they just played. I think they ended up losing. They went 1-0 up. And it's even getting training experience with players of that quality. Championships are very high standard, and that's a good loan to have.
Extremely. Samuel Smith putting in a low ball towards that back post. You had Atto Amper running in.
I have to say, although we're winning 1-0, Chelsea have looked extremely dangerous.
Interesting, looks fairly even so far, considering that West Ham that are right at the top of the table with 4 wins in 4. Chelsea, on the other hand, they're down in 16th, the bottom place for the playoffs, only on 4 points. Scored as many as they've conceded in 6 goals. Only 1 win to their name.
The 21s division, though, it can be a bit of a false place to be, because you don't know who you have on a particular evening or particular game, how strong you're going to be, how weak you're going to be. So they're probably, you can tell they're a decent side, Chelsea, the way they've started the game.
You think it's because you've got first team football that could sometimes pinch the players from the under 21s, or are there any other factors as to why it may be a bit false looking?
Yeah, no, I think that is the main reason. That is the main reason that you don't always get a consistent side out. And really, although 21's results are obviously important, it's about getting over there, being with the first team, being on the bench for the first team. That's exactly what our job's about. I have to give Chelsea a little bit of praise. They've reacted well to going a goal behind, to be fair.
That's something you like to do, I take it, as a West Ham fan, Mark?
It's something I don't like to do.
If you haven't already, do like the video. Of course, West Ham 1-0 up. And to Emeka Adiele's goal in the 4th minute. Do subscribe to the West Ham YouTube channel. New live content for their academies. Chelsea have dominated the ball. Haven't really seen West Ham string a few passes together, and of course their goal did come from a direct ball from their back line.
I think we sort of sat ourselves back into a low block, which I'd rather we got after them and pressed them a little bit higher. I think you give Chelsea time, they'll pick passes out that can hurt you. And I'm not telling Robbo his job, but I'm just saying I'd rather go a little bit, maybe 20 metres higher up the pitch to engage Chelsea in their own half.
Was Ryan Battram back in the side, part of the FA Youth Cup winning side, wasn't he, Mark?
He was indeed. He scored the winner for us in the quarter-finals at Ipswich in extra time.
And last season his involvement in the under-21s wasn't as big as it is now.
No. Again, it was his first year in the 21s. Junior Robinson was established, so he had to sort of dislodge Junior, if you want, and whichever way that may be.
And Sean Moore, of course, he was saying previously that it's a big season for him. That's what Mark Robson and Steve Potts have said.
Yeah,
what's your verdict?
Yeah, I mean, as you're a player, once you get over the under-15s all the way through, it's a big season. You never know if you're going to go out on loan, if you're going to be training with the first team, what you're going to be doing. So there's no season where you can rest, sit down and rest on your laurels.
Orford. Challenge in there. He comes away from injured. West Ham do have a free kick and chance to do something in the Chelsea half.
I think you saw a little bit there of players who know each other's games. Calum Casey and Lewis Orford linking up with each other, knowing their next pass. Lou was just about to swing the ball into Ryan over there, just because they've played with each other for so many years.
Battram trying to make that run. Headed away by Samuel Smith. Moyer going in short, he's out. A little shove, but McNeely has time to run. Chelsea looking fluid in their attack. Such pace as well. They've almost got away with it here, West Ham, but it's unable to leave the box, and Moore with the decisive clearance.
What's the name of Chelsea's 9? I think he done well there. The way
Donald McNeely.
Done well, and he was the man looking to score in the box. He looked quite sharp there. Don't know the fella from Adam, but he looked quite sharp there.
Are there any players that you do know for Chelsea this evening, or have been warned about by the coaching staff?
No, I wasn't in the analyst meeting, so there's no one really I do know. So I'm thinking of it. I know a couple of their coaches. That's about it.
That was good from Orford there, as he just managed to glide around the Chelsea players, and in doing so, Alex Matos has lost his boot.
I know Alex Matos. He used to be at Norwich. He used to be a player. We was actually linked with him a good few years back. We was linked with coming here. I know Alex. I do know.
Of course, Norwich came here a few Fridays ago, and they did put up a good fight against West Ham. The second half goal that ended up being the decisive goal for the Hammers. And Orford trying to spot Eric off his line. He does so, but doesn't quite have the precision to make it two.
He had the vision though, fantastic vision.
Brilliant
really
vision.
Was good. I think if you notice there, we did press a little bit higher. Cam was a little bit higher. I'd rather us where we are now, pressing up there. So if they play for us, they play for us, but not just standing off in a low block. And see, we've won it high.
Good work from Battram. He's like a workhorse down that right-hand side.
He really is.
The pace here from George once again up against Casey. Moore going in to help out, but George goes alone. Deflection, sees the ball hit the side netting. Chelsea's first corner of the game.
I think he's been their biggest threat, George. He's definitely got a turn of foot, hasn't he? He really can move.
Their wide players and their attackers, Tyreek George, the way he just glided forward, but then also on the right-hand side of Donald McNeely, all going in towards the box. Headed away by Casey, and
this is when I want to start up and press, up and press.
Most an awkward pass, but it was actually dealt with very well by Herrick.
Yeah.
See Scholes playing the number 10 centrally. Usually he likes to play down the left or on the wing.
In all fairness to Ollie, he's got that much ability. He can play left back, left wing back, as a 10. You know, good footballers play anywhere really, within reason.
He's been in and around the first team, or at least on the bench. He's had a
Yeah.
couple of...
Yeah, he played in Europe the other year, didn't he? It was quite a while back, nearly 2 years ago now. I can't remember
What an
when it
experience that is for a young player.
was. Yeah.
And you go from playing in academy grounds to then the intense atmospheres that Europe has.
As you said earlier, I think it shows that our academy has got good, we've got all those players out on loan, and we've got strength in depth. Or we've got players who, Ollie can play different positions, Lewis Alford who can play different positions, Ryan Batcham can play different positions, and be quite at home there.
How's Junior Robinson faring?
He got sent off in the game for 2 yellow cards, didn't he? And then he got injured in training. I haven't seen him lately because, as I said earlier, boring people about myself having COVID and vertigo. I haven't really seen much of him the last couple of weeks.
On the days.
Okay, we'll play game. Keep pass off. We're in.
Swaya. West Ham looking threatening through Sean Moore. Trying to just sneak it into the path of Batcham, playing that reverse pass. Here is their danger man again, Tyreek George. Picked up by McNeely.
Great decision. Not so sure he was, but whatever.
If it goes West Ham's way, it's a good decision.
you know the rules. Yeah, definitely a threat down his left-hand side. Really are.
Certainly giving Ryan Batcham something to think about. But he's dealing with it well. I think the only times really when Tyreek George has had chances when Batcham has probably pushed high up the pitch to try and help out in the attack.
Exactly right. It's similar to our goal. I think they're right wing back and we filled in that hole. I don't think the game's going to stay 1-0, put it that way. I think the game's quite open for both teams.
It is. And against Norwich, it was really the opposite. Chances weren't free-flowing, but here you can just see free-flowing football. Both sides showing the confidence to get forward. Chelsea have their free kick now. Following that foul. Arnett Patter involved.
Yeah, just a mistime tackle, no question about that.
Up against Alex Matos. Here's George. Quick feet there. Brilliant. Samuel Smith. Curling one in towards that back post again. There's that Patter at the right place at the right time. They clear it away, and Herrick has to be careful here, but brilliant improvisation. Orford picks it up. Worrying signs here for Chelsea, but West Ham smell blood. Orford, missed opportunity, huge missed opportunity with that, but it was good work from West Ham, it has to be said, to make the most of that opportunity.
It was good work. I think if 2 or 3 minutes previous, Lou hadn't tried that chip into the empty net, he'd have tried it then. I think he sort of stopped him from doing it. I think that was the one to do.
Look at the collision here, Mark. Herrick, very brave there. Use his head to clear it away. I suppose he had to. You think he was aiming for that bottom corner, or perhaps trying to find a player at the back post?
He looked more like a cross. Has their goalkeeper got the same name as ours, or are you saying it by mistake, keep saying Eric?
Well, you could have exposed me here.
I wouldn't have wanted to.
So it's Merrick.
What is this?
Wow.
So I haven't totally embarrassed you. I've just sort of like looked in your direction with a little smile.
So Max Merrick, the goalkeeper. There aren't doppelgangers of Finley Herrick. It's just commentator being silly. Here is Herrick, almost coming out of his box. It's all these Herricks, Mark. It's just so confusing.
Too many of them.
Too many, honestly. One too many for me. Where's Mason Terry when you need him?
Yeah. He's probably sitting underneath us at the minute.
Finley Herrick, of course, he didn't really feature for the under-21s last season. He was an under-18s goalkeeper for the Hammers.
He was, and a very good one at that. I mean, he plays for England. Finley. He's on the regular. He has done all the way through the age groups.
They have a lot of players, West Ham, who play for their national sides in the youth academies, and that's probably why they're so high up in the the Premier League 2 most years, it feels like. Of course, that's why they get picked, because they are good, but these experiences are only making them better, and it does give them an advantage even more so.
Yeah, in all fairness, Chelsea could say the same, and so could Arsenal. We are the sort of Cat 1 academies that do have players in and around the England teams. And not only the England teams, we've got players who play for Northern Ireland, Callum Marshall, Patrick Kelly, Sean Moore, who plays for Southern Ireland.
Callum Marshall on loan at Huddersfield. Have you gone up to the Kirklees Stadium yet so far to see him play?
I've been there to see West Ham play on several occasions. I haven't seen Callum yet, but I'm due to go on Tuesday night. They're away to Birmingham City at St Andrews, so I'm due to go and see Callum on Tuesday. It's not a bad pass, that.
Moore, lovely first touch, looking up to try and switch it. Scholes just leaning out of foot to win it back. That one day you're just staying up in Huddersfield? Is it there and back on the same day?
No, I'd probably go up, because by the time it's actually in Birmingham the game, but afterwards I'd like to stand behind and have a chat with Callum, how he's doing, how the training's going and whatever. Stay and come back early morning, the next morning. Might even have the odd pint of Guinness.
That sounds lovely. Good ball from Orford there. It's just a deflection that took it away from a West Ham attacker. Merrick was there.
I think I'm glad we've got higher up the pitch. We were just letting them come onto us a little bit easy. Now we're engaging them in their final third, if you like. And they're obviously going to break the press, and then they're at us, as they're just going to demonstrate. I'd just like us to be higher. It's offside. Great decision, Mark Phillips.
Should be a linesman. You ever done a bit of assistant refereeing?
Yeah, I've done a bit. It's probably, you go and watch your nephew play, or you go and watch something you mind your own business. Yeah, do you want to run the line, Mark? And you're thinking, no, I don't. But you help people out as you do. I normally end up arguing with two of their centre halves for giving the wrong decision.
Arguing with
we're in here, Cam.
couple of teenagers.
Yeah.
Batram just pressing Akamia, number 3.
I think the game's just now, it's become quite even territorial, whereas before Chelsea had the lion's share of it. I think it's the first day of winter today, and it's quite chilly up here, isn't it?
Glad I've got my coat.
Yeah, me and all.
And he does have that chill in the air.
That should be a booking. I'm not a referee, that should be a booking.
The referee from the gantry, and that is the first yellow card of the game. Awarded to Atto Ampa.
Looking at the size of the teams here, we might have quite a high advantage. I mean, we've got a couple of big players, but we've got a few who do like hitting the ball in their box. So with the right delivery, this could be an opportunity.
Louis Zhao and Casey there to aim for. Fairly even in terms of aerial threat.
West Ham have produced a strange, curious line inside their box. It's been working on the training ground on this one.
2 vertical lines. West Ham players.
They're all offside at the moment.
Yeah. Something's got to change. I think Chelsea are happy to just watch them remain in that position. But I'm
they're
sure
going to run
change.
onside, and Cam might be the target. There's a guess.
How will this work out? McNeely heading it away and allowing Tyreek George to try and run in behind, but effortless defending there from Sean Moore as he just plays it all the way back to Herrick.
Great touch, Cam.
Well, you're looking lively, trying to find Akpata, who's in a fairly advanced position. Well, here is Akpata. Adieli. There with Swaya. Wolford just trying to drop into that green room.
Slide him, Ollie.
Excellent work from Scarles. Moore leaves it. Scarles falls awkwardly, but back up on his feet. Battram putting in a low ball. And it's away for a corner. Caden Wilson, the number 4 for Chelsea, who got that final touch. Brilliant work from Skiles.
Excellent run. Chelsea have been very brave with their line. They really are pushing up a hot line there with no pressure on the ball. Just a simple slide pass in, and we was in.
The manager, and coach Felipe Colho, trying to adapt around the way West Ham are getting in behind even. Was their head coach joined in the summer into the Chelsea under-21 setup. Skiles with the delivery.
Okay,
It's there. I remember the last time we did this game, Mark, of course, back in January, you told me Casey bought you a new pair of football boots. Have you been treated since then by any of the West Ham players?
No, I coach so little these days. They're still gleaming and doing me proud. The new product. He didn't buy me them. He obviously, you know,
donated.
We young players get several. You know, I'm not Keir Starmer on the punts, but they get donated boots, and he generously give them to me, being his favourite coach, obviously.
No question about it.
Well, I'm his favourite coach, or I'm not Keir Starmer.
Oh. Yeah, no, of course, the latter. I did think I was commentating with Keir Starmer.
He's at Arsenal, isn't he? Apparently. He gets 3 boxes.
We stay away from the political vibe.
Oh, I don't even know. What party is he? I ain't got a clue. I know he comes and visits and supports Arsenal. We're higher again. Don't mind this. Now it's not so pleasant. Broke the press.
This is good work here from Dale. Harvey Vale linking up. There he is, lurking in the box. West Ham managed to get a flick away. Still alive here for Chelsea. Just play the patient approach. And West Ham, fortunate there. Chelsea's threat just quietens down, but it won't do when Tariq George is on the ball. But Ryan Battram says no. Doesn't allow him through. Brilliant work from the West Ham right back as he's bombing down the line. George chasing him. Try and win it back. Brilliant track back in there though from Tariq George.
It was to be fair. He's a very skillful, flamboyant forward, but shows he's got the other side to his game there. He's run a good 40 metres there to come back and catch Ryan. Good defending from Ryan in the first place though.
Good little battle between the two, Tariq George and Ryan Battram we're seeing this evening. George tries to make that run. Louise out there to just see the ball go out of play. What's 15 minutes gone so far, Mark? What would be your summary of the first half hour?
Well, very good, entertaining 15 minutes from both sides. No one's just sitting back defending. Been chances at either end as well as the goal. So, you know, been a good game of football.
Making you feel that slightly bit better than before?
Yeah, I haven't noticed, to be honest. Boring, Pete, that's a foul referee. I'm entrenched and involved in the game. I'll wait till I get on the set at home and start moaning to the missus about how badly I feel.
Well, I'm glad I don't get that treatment.
I'll tell you at half time, don't worry.
Yeah, brilliant. I'll just shot myself in the foot there. 15 minutes of...
I mean, see, there's no pressure on the ball. How high Chelsea are here, right on the halfway line. So they are, you know, playing an adventurous game. We can get in behind there, which we have on a few occasions.
It's got the likes of Josh Ajala to come off on the bench who can try and exploit that high line. Orford almost finding more. A lot of players playing with bravery today to win the ball and keep it for their sides.
Yeah.
You'd like to see a good battle like this.
Yes, that's what the game's all about.
Absolutely. George. Samuel Smith now. Amper. Back to George. Forced into a tight area by that byline. Here's Matos. Trying to just weave it around more. They managed to find some room. It's Samuel Smith who pulls the trigger. There's a corner kick for the away side.
They are dangerous shows, without a shadow of a doubt, but we're getting blocks and nicks and little toes in here and there at the minute and keeping them at bay. It's funny, earlier you mentioned Josh Ajala. Do you know the story of Josh Ajala, don't you?
I do. I need a bit of reminding, but he signed on his 18th birthday, or signed his first professional contract on his 18th birthday.
Up until the age of under 16, he was a Chelsea player. Played for Chelsea, and Chelsea didn't offer him a scholarship.
And then he came to West Ham.
He came to West Ham United. Again, clear. Again, as I was speaking earlier about Tyrone, Chelsea didn't offer him a scholarship. Go on, Sean. Go on, Sean. Go on, Sean.
Oh, showing some good pace here, but just holds it off.
The Chelsea didn't offer him a scholarship, and then they changed their mind and did offer him a scholarship, but he turned that down and come to us. So if he does come on, I think, I'm not saying he's got a point to prove against Chelsea, but it's a great ball from Tyrone. What a pull that is.
Oh, what a touch from Adiele. Can he get a brace in literally the same position?
Get in. Great ball from
Two
Tyrone.
excellent goals, so similar to one another as well. Excellence there from Amika Adiele. And West Ham have a second.
Great ball from Tyrone. Fantastic pass. It's a great finish from him. What a pass. Yes, I said Chelsea was brave with no pressure on the ball being that high. He's recognised that, played a little nice little angled pass. There you go, we're in. He's shown great pace though. He's on quite an angle actually.
What a game he's having, Adiele. Getting in behind Brodie Hughes.
Good ball from Tyrone.
But what a ball.
Fantastic.
The way he just swerved with the front of his foot.
Yeah. Don't think the keeper's going to be enamoured with himself as long as just his head and his hands there at the end of the goal celebrations. But I mean, he's done well there. I mean, really has.
Two carbon copy goals from the West Ham number 11. And what I admired there as well is West Ham didn't force it. When Scarlett got on the ball, he didn't try forcing it forward. He just played it back, and then Orford played it into Akpatu, then unleashed the ball to find Adiele in room. A smart move from West Ham.
It was indeed, and I think, as I say, they've capitalised with Chelsea having a high line with no pressure on the ball. That's the key to it. You've got no pressure on the ball. Players of this level and this calibre will find that pass, and they did.
This is the under-21 side that we all know and love. Obviously, it was absent in that first half of the Benfica game. It was a different type of opposition now. But they're just passing it around, and when they've got the opportunities, they're just playing really well with one another. Everything's just clicking. We'd see this on multiple occasions last season as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously goals change games, and we scored the first goal, quickly out of the blue, and Chelsea are still a threat now. Don't get me wrong, but
of course, all it can take is one goal from Chelsea, and it is still been even. It's just been the two brilliantly taken goals from Adiele that separates these two.
Totally agree.
Can they make it 2-1? Not with that. Just rolls into the gloves of Finlay Herrick.
And you have to give us credit of our decision making in the final third and our finishing. That's what puts 2 up. Chelsea have had, as you say, it's very similar, if not more opportunities than we have in the final third.
It's that first opportunity that their danger man Tyreek George blazed over the bar. How things could have changed if that went in. Moments later, it's down the other end of the pitch, and it's Adiele getting his first and West Ham's first of the evening.
I think Emrick will have his eye on the match ball now, having 2. What's he fancies himself for the third?
Don't blame him. Ice cold finishing from him. Of course, after Dan Riggs' performance against Benfica in the second half, especially for that assist, he's another player that I'm excited to see this season. How have you found Riggs' progression at the club, Mark?
He's got tons of natural ability, Dan. He really has. He's got a great first touch. I mean, he's a player we got from Manchester City. He was at Man City all his schoolboy career, if you like, and he came to us, and for the minute he came to us, he's not one who scores that many goals, but he does assist a lot. Always puts people in. I wouldn't say he's prolific, but he is. The pass before the goal, he's got a lot of those under his belt.
Even the pass to the assist, just that type of player that's heavily involved, just may not have the statistics backing him up, and they don't need to when you're that good.
It's the sort of player, if you had a fantasy football team, you'd be handing it around for getting your points.
Yeah, you're one of the lower end players in terms of price, but in terms of performance on the pitch, he's right up there. Swire just trying to hold it up. Questionable decision, Mark.
Strange decision. Must admit the ref's a lot closer than I am, so I'll give him the benefit of that. I think Cam's held the ball up well tonight, actually. I think he did on that occasion, but the ref obviously didn't agree with me.
The referee may be calling him here. Oh, I'm looking at the
He's
replay
probably,
when it's right in front of me.
He's probably calling him saying, sorry fella, I made a mistake there, and next time you'll get the decision. By the look on Robbo's face, I don't think he enjoyed the decision either.
Well, like we said earlier, anything like this for West Ham is a good decision. This one, clearly the opposite.
At least he's took his time, the ref. He hasn't rushed him and brought out a card. He's told him what he thinks.
Look here. Perhaps was it an arm? A raised arm?
I can only think it was for diving.
Interesting. This would be controversial if Chelsea were to make the most of this opportunity. Batram once again. Matos in towards Dale. Awkwardly comes off Casey. They managed to clear it away.
We haven't, from their crosses from the left-hand side, which they've had a large number of, we have made most first contacts, you know, in blocking and stopping the cross, getting across. So that's not just by chance, that's good defending.
Absolutely, it's the principles of good defending, not allowing the cross, not allowing the touch in the box if the cross is able to be pulled off.
Exactly right, exactly right.
The West Ham defending extremely well. Why? They've got that clean sheet firmly intact. And once again, Batram being really impressive.
Really had. I mean, Ryan's the sort of lad, he's never going to. Some people might think that's a lost cause. He's getting across in there. Ryan didn't. He's just after him and making the block doing well. And as I say, it's not by chance. That is one of the reasons that we've in the league we've played for and won for. I'm not saying this game finished by any stretch of the imagination, but we are a good defensive side.
Of course, the defending was fairly sloppy at points against Benfica, but today it's completely different. Being incredibly sturdy. And could they add to their 2-goal advantage? More just trying to feed in Skulls. He chases it to that far corner flag. Good work here from West Ham as they come away with it. Here's Orford. Now Swire, surely! What a save that is from Merrick. But Swire got to be getting the back of the net there from that distance.
He has to be clinical. That has to be 3-0, if I'm honest. That has to be 3-0. It's quite a well-worked move.
Extremely. It deserved to finish.
At the end of it, he wouldn't say it was a spectacular save. He was in the right position, the keeper, but
he made it routine from Swire. He'll be disappointed at that.
He will. We do look a threat on the counter, though. We really do.
I think once again, Akpata arriving on the left-hand side to just feed in Orford.
Yeah.
He was in plenty of room, Swire. They managed to cut open Chelsea pretty easily there, but it's still very well worked from West Ham, and now they'll try and come forward more in plenty of room.
They're
Look how much room he's there.
Side Chelsea, isn't they?
That's why
Cam's made the box.
Scholes tries to go for a goal. Instead, he just hits it at Merrick as he comes down to collect that effort. Knowing Kamari Swire, how do you think he'll react to that opportunity? Will he be hungry to get one, or will he be really frustrated?
It won't affect his game. It won't affect his game. It really won't. He'll know personally he should have scored, but he'll be ready for the next one. And hopefully he tucks it away.
By the looks of it, West Ham have an appetite for just opening up Chelsea and giving opportunities for their attackers, so sure he won't be short of chances, but Chelsea have one of their own now. Here's Matos. Dyer. Good defensive structure there from West Ham, just forcing Chelsea to play it back.
Look how high their keeper is. Keeper's nearly on the halfway line. Which is, I mean, fair due to him, but risky game to play. I mean, look at it now. Look at the picture now.
Did see Wesley Merrick was really far off his line and even collided with one of the West Ham players when they tried getting forward. So he's already got himself awkwardly involved in the action whilst being...
To be fair, he's been encouraged to go higher from their coach. The coach is asking the keeper to come as high as he can.
McNeely showing some power there up against Luizao, but
that was actually a Chelsea free kick. Luizao got the wrong side of him. We got away with one there. It was a Chelsea free kick.
Well, perhaps
as the number 9.
You're right. The referee may have said to Swire, "I'll give you the next one."
Said, "Oh, you won."
You've got a crystal ball, Mark. McNeely, very physical player.
And see, look how high the keeper is there. Look how high he's there, which is good and it's nice. We're playing the ball. If you lose possession in that high, it's a dangerous game.
Here's Caden Wilson. Room on that right-hand side for Ato Ampa. Hughes. Look at the turn of pace from Vale. Have a corner. About a minute away from the 45th minute. Stoppage time to be announced shortly.
Not a good time to concede. Is there ever a good time to concede? That's a funny.
When is there? But this is certainly one of them, as football cliches go.
Yeah.
We do love them up here in the gantry. Chelsea looking to try and halve the deficit, and they do. Just as we were saying, are there bad times to concede? Chelsea fire one back, and it's 2-1.
It was all about the delivery. Fantastic delivery from the corner. Really whipped in with all you need to touch. When it's delivered in at that sort of pace, all you need to touch. That's all we got was a touch.
Wasn't the highest of balls either. Perfect height, to be honest.
And that's a good corner from the fella.
The corner taker was Harvey Vale, the captain, whipping it in with his left. And the goal scorer, Donald McNeely.
I thought it was. I don't know who was marking him, but he definitely got himself free.
There towards the near post. Firm header as well.
Good header. Good header.
Felt like he just saw the ball whipped in, and then within a second, the ball hit the back of the net. Frustrating for West Ham. Could even argue, Mark, you may have jinxed it.
Yeah, I did. I was sort of like begging half time to come. I did have
I don't blame you.
I had a strange feeling, and it wasn't me vertigo. I had a strange feeling we're going to sort of relax a little bit too early. And get back. I mean, if you're honest, probably 2-1's a fair reflection of the half. I don't know if we deserve to be 2 or 3 in front.
So there could have been a chance to be 3 in front with Kamari Swire,
yeah.
But it's been a third goal, but not for the pleasure of West Ham. It looks like it's going to end 2-1 in this first half. Seen some good goals though, although that wasn't played along the floor. That in itself was a brilliant header from McNeely.
I know that Billy Lepine, our goalkeeping coach, would be quite disappointed with that, because he's the one who sets us up on set pieces. There's a lot of hard work in it.
Ooh, and although we're happy that West Ham have gone in 2-1 up, that's quite questionable, you have to argue. The referee blowing his whistle as Tyreek George got the ball in an advanced position as well to try and make something happen.
I'd rather call that good refereeing myself.
Yeah, of course. No,
I'm joking. If that was West Ham, I'd be fuming. I'd be absolutely fuming. It was very strange for a time to play.
That is a very strange time, and now we're ending the first half like it's full time with the players frustrated, and you can't blame them. It didn't look like it was an offside.
I think Chelsea's coaches are more... He's just got booked, the fella. Chelsea's coach has just been booked there. Yeah, I mean, I can totally understand his frustration, but I'm not the ref. Although I should be, but I'm not.
Well, we'll take that, West Ham fans. 2-1 at half-time. We'll just go over the goals shortly. If you haven't already, do subscribe to the West Ham YouTube channel and give this live stream a like. Of course, there's plenty to shout about so far for this under-21 side. They're looking to try and make it 5 wins in 5, and this was the goal that got us underway, Mark. Talk to me about it.
it's a great through pass. He's kept himself onside, which is the key. You've got to keep yourself and not go too early. He's kept himself. Good pass from Ez. In we go, and as I say, his super strength is his pace. I thought he waited just a little bit too long. I was thinking he's going to get fouled, and he just, what do I know about finishing on the left-hand side? Nothing whatsoever, and he does. So there we go. And this one for me, although it's a great finish, and again, I do like the pass from Tyrone, I really do. Yeah, the look, he's not being pressed. Great way to pass. Good first touch of Emery Earl. He's quite wide there.
He is.
If you're the keeper, you're not going to be. I think he might have done him at the near post, actually.
Well, he had an angle to work with.
Yeah.
But he passed that assignment very well.
Good composure from Lou Alford there. Waiting your time, waiting for the time to come.
Excellently taken down in his stride. The keeper even getting a hand
in
to
all
it.
fairness to Emeka, he actually knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah, exactly. Where is the 9 who scores?
So there he is, just by
Caleb,
Casey. Towards that near post. You even had Kamari Swire going in
it's
short
like
to help
everything.
him.
The movement's the key. Just a slight little bit of movement to his right. Give himself a metre. He's in. Yeah, no, he's done well. Chelsea's 9 there. To be fair, I did pick him up. I don't know. Be blowing my own trumpet all night because it's ridiculous.
No.
But I did say early doors he did look quite a threat, the fella. Not in the air from corners. I wouldn't have known that. But on the floor, he does look quite a player actually.
He's a big player.
Yeah, he's not bad.
And he's given Chelsea a chance to try and get back into the game. It ends here in the first half. West Ham 2, Chelsea 1. We'll be back in just under 15 minutes time. Start of the second 45.
Pretty bubbles in. Yeah. They fly.
Remember the glory. From the Academy of Football to the champions of Europe, where our players became giants of the game and changed it forever, wearing our famous claret and blue. 60 years on, we wear the pride, we wear the passion, we wear the history, whilst making our own. Wear the greatness.
Right, you lot, today's a big day because we know West Ham United is all about putting in the hard work, grafting for the bag. Yes, let's have it! And you've worked hard. Early starts, late finishes. Oh, I've seen it. Tireless, selfless graft. We're not just cooking on the pitch. We're cooking off it too. And you do it all on your own, don't you? Well, not anymore. It's not just about the badge on your shirt. It's about what you wear on your sleeve and what that represents. Because this club don't exist without you. You pillars of the community. You champions of industry. You beautiful business owners. Now get out there and show me what you've got!
Our London, real London, nobody stays a stranger. The Bow Bells, our London calling. More than just a place, the Cockney cool heard far and wide. Graft and dedication, together for the ride. Born here, raised or made here, this is home. Our differences unite us, wherever we may roam. Our spirit strong, our pride runs deep. In our London, it's our dreams we keep. Through highs and lows, we rise and shine. Beyond these streets, the Bow Bells chime.
West Ham United legend Jimmy Walker has got himself in a spot of bother.
Hello, Claret Car Insurance. How can we help?
Company motor's broken down. It's match day.
I know just the company for the job.
NWVA. The fastest, most efficient, cost-effective vehicle assistance company in the UK. Right, Jimmy, let's get into this game, mate.
Nice one, Tom.
NWVA are proud partners of West Ham United.
So, welcome back everyone. The players back out on the pitch alongside some of the coaching staff just making their way to the benches. So there is going to be a substitution for the Hammers. Do you think there's much thought behind that? Well, of course there is with every substitution, but what's the thinking behind Tarima coming on, Mark, do you think?
I don't know. Sean's a defensively minded player. I don't know who's actually coming on for. He's coming on for...
Casey.
Going on for Calum Casey. I don't know if that's if the first team want him on the bench tomorrow at Brentford. I don't actually know. But as I say, he's a defensive-minded player. He can play right back, can play right side centre half, can play holding midfield. So he's a natural sort of swap for Calum. I hope Calum's not injured. I hope it's something to do with the first team wanting him, which will please me in so many different aspects.
Yes, that would be brilliant. And David Washington coming on for the number 7, Atto Ampa. Washington, one of the more senior players in this Chelsea side, of course, played 2 senior games for Chelsea last season. He's a player to look out for. He'll be playing down that right-hand side. With West Ham now attacking to our left, of course, the 2 goals from Adieli in that first half. Carbon copies of one another, weren't they, Mark?
There was in there. We watched them back. There was carbon copies, yeah.
The referee blowing his whistle for the first time this game. It was the last whistle he had in the first half. That sparked some controversy, but West Ham will not mind as they went into the break 2-1 up. Tariq George, who found himself in some room, looking to try and get forward, try and get a second for Chelsea. He just cut short that opportunity.
I'm going to make a ridiculous, obvious statement, which the next goal is obviously very important, which it would be in any game. But
and we'll just file it under football cliches. We do like to use them. Who doesn't, though? So no worries there with that choice of wording, Mark.
It's a game of 2 halves and all that palaver, isn't it? There you go.
Well, it was a fairly equal half in that first half, although West Ham did go into, they were 2-0 up at points. We did say, or you said especially, that maybe that goal from Chelsea did kind of represent and give more of a clearer picture of how that first half went.
Chelsea have definitely come out with fire in their belly, they really have.
They're trying to play it down to Brodie Hughes.
The next 10 or 15 minutes are really important, because if it stays 2-1, might sort of dampen Chelsea's spirits a little bit. Obviously, if they get one, and they're really in the game.
There's Mayers, who set up that first goal from a brilliant launch down the line, picking out the ball to Adieli. Here is Vale. Push from Mayers. Chelsea's Felipe Holho believes there's a foul. He's out sliding in. Throw. Brodie Hughes. Let's try and take this quickly. Here is McNeely, the player who got the goal for Chelsea just before the break.
Well played, Des.
Winning it back, but Swire just holding off, allowing the Chelsea defender to win it back.
Change it, there you go.
What a ball that is.
You're in some.
From Orford, Sean Moore running through. Tricky feed and a brilliant goal. Sean Moore curling it into that far corner and making it 3-1 to the Hammers.
We're definitely lethal on the break. To be fair to Sean, really composed finished. As I'm thinking shoot before the fella closed him down. He knew what he was doing. Just chopped him and away we went. It was a good pass. I think it's from Lou again, wasn't it? From Orford?
It was from Orford.
Yeah.
What a ball that is.
Look at that.
He assisted.
But here I'm thinking shoot, chop. Opened up for him. Pick it out of the net for me. Let it in.
And you had that feeling that Sean Moore was going to slot it home.
Yeah.
As Orford unleashed a brilliant ball, just like he did for West Ham's second goal.
I'll have to say, even at 3-1, don't be complacent. Chelsea are not going to throw the towel in here. Don't be complacent. Stay in the game. Keep it at 3-1 for the next 10 minutes and to see the game out.
See the game out, try and take the sting out of Chelsea. But also with balls played like that and finishing from Sean Moore, who's now got his 3rd goal of the season.
Yeah.
You'd think West Ham could easily add to this convincing 2-goal lead. Maybe some more substitutions. That off for Chelsea. Merrick. No confusion in this second half. Lovely lofted ball out towards Brodie Hughes. And here's Washington having his first real go on the ball since coming on, but he loses it out to Akpata. And here's Adieli. And he shoves him. And West Ham win the free kick.
You see a little bit of play just before that with Tyron, just got his foot and he just made a block. That's what he's excellent at, so stopping their play, getting it out back free. There we go. COVID remnants.
COVID's come back after chatting about it for the half time.
Never mentioned it. I
know. Adieli. Away by Matos.
Ooh. You can see your first touch there was coming towards you.
You wouldn't want to see that. 2 left feet I have.
You're probably doing yourself a disservice.
You give it a head, but that might damage the equipment we've currently got between our ears or over our ears. The producers would be happy with that.
They're bringing the 9 off.
They are. McNeely. He comes off.
I'm pleased about that because I think he was quite a threat.
And
he scored their goal as well, didn't he? I think he was quite, I thought he done all right.
Shamira Mueka, who comes on. Matos just playing it back to Merrick.
Keep high, Cam.
Of course, Chelsea played a really high line in that first half. We saw Merrick outside of his box on plenty of occasions.
Go right, go right.
Through their main man, Orford. Can he finish off this mood? And instead he goes for the assist. Here's Swire. Orford trying to chest it down with the acrobatics. Moore has a strike.
I think that was the right decision to go right, because we did have a little bit of split. There you go, breaking the play up again.
Excellent from Akpata.
There you go.
What a midfielder he is.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing.
Effortless.
Not giving it a bigger than I'm a coach, but if you're just a supporter, you wouldn't really notice those little bits of work. They're stopping them from...
Just has so much energy. Bale.
Hit him.
Loses his footing there.
I've killed Ty there, slipping all over the place. Well played, Lou.
Moore. A slight bit of fortune there with the deflection. But West Ham try to come forward for a fourth.
It's his goal, hit it.
Oh, Skulls trying to whip it to that top corner with his right foot. Just swerves over the crossbar, but more warning signs shown from West Ham. They're enjoying this second half, Mark.
Yeah, there's a great run there by Sean Moore, taking the player away, opening it up there.
Here's Mueka trying to get in behind Luizao.
Who's that keeper? Is it Eric or Merrick? I can't remember.
Trying to forget about that first half mistake, Mark.
It's all dressing room banter. You've probably never been in the dressing room.
No, that's why I'm up here in the gantry. But I'd like to bring the banter to the gantry, of course. You're an expert at that, Mark. Skulls. He'll have a go. Now is Washington. Substitute Mueka trying to take it on the inside of Luizao, but the tower, the Brazilian there.
Good luck.
Not letting him pass.
Thanks for coming.
The biggest player on the pitch. Lovely touch there from Moore as he opens up room towards his left-hand side and tries to spot the run of Skulls.
Just in front. You notice the last 5 minutes since Shawnee Moore scored, he's playing with a load of confidence. He looks a different player.
Absolutely. Of course, it's a big season for him, it's been said. So far, he's doing well. 3 goals to his name. And he looks hungry for more. And Orford trying to spot the keeper off his line. He does.
I think Lou must have had a dream last night that he clipped the keeper from 40 yards, because it's the second time he's tried it. I'll have a go at him later for his accuracy. With the amount of ability, Lou, I'd expect him to score from that.
He's tried to expose Merrick a couple of times. Surely, third time lucky could strike. We've got 36 minutes left of play.
I like your optimism.
He's got some time.
I like your optimism. No.
Out of play. Heavy pass for Vale to try and keep in the pitch.
Is the summariser allowed to shout out line over and it's our ball, or should I keep quiet there?
You can make your own rules here, Mark.
Play, one Luke.
Orford linking up nicely with Adieli. Taking it to the byline again, putting in a good ball. Moore was there. Battram.
The third goal has really changed the game. Really in the ascendancy at the minute.
Looks like just one team playing right now. Chelsea making errors too.
Yeah, as I said, they come out the trap second half, Chelsea, really with fire in their belly, but the third goal's obviously the wind out of their sails. All the cliches in one there.
So really throwing them at you at home. Of course, if you're enjoying these football cliches, then do give it a like. If you're not, then still do the same, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel for West Ham United and all their content. Every home game live streamed for their under-21s. Or the majority of them at least. Obviously trying to have a rare spell of the ball in this second half. Jarno Dyer trying to run forward. Here he is again, Dyer. Of course, that's why a missed opportunity where he struck it straight at the goalkeeper's forgotten about now. Chelsea trying to just break into their final third, but instead the resolute defending of West Ham.
That's the ball. Vision I've got from up here is ridiculous.
Excellent. Well, we're at a good height. Great view as he just tries to pull it back. No West Ham player there to just try and have a pop. Just went behind Orford. Game's fairly open here, Mark.
It is indeed.
They managed to come forward now, Chelsea.
Again there, Tyrone holding them up. Tyrone's been really good. An unsung job. Every time it breaks down, we've held them up and got bodies back in.
Just about keeping that consistency and not falling asleep at any point to allow Chelsea an easy way back in.
Play Cam.
They're looking very strong here, West Ham. That's why stopped before the referee blew his whistle.
I think Cam gave that decision himself, didn't he?
He took matters into his own hands. Merrick's down here. Looks like he's got cramp with his right leg. The referee just having to pause play again.
How many substitutes have Chelsea made so far?
They've made 2.
All right.
Slightly concerning as they don't actually have a substitute goalkeeper on the bench.
I can tell you here and now, there's nothing wrong with the goalkeeper whatsoever. They made it. They told the goalkeeper to go down so they could speak to the players. That's all it's about.
Well, that's been spoken about a lot in the Premier League recently. All the new phrase being used, it has been used previously, but the dark arts that they've all been going on about recently.
Yeah, and I've seen so many teams do it, and I think there was a signal given out to him. He's doing a great impression of having an injury, but there's nothing wrong with the fellow at all.
Is that Herrick or Merrick?
That's Merrick. Herrick wouldn't be holding it.
No, Herrick wouldn't do that. No West Ham player, surely.
We don't do things like that. We play by the rules.
Absolutely.
With West Ham United.
Chelsea needing this talk, of course, coming out of the break. Just
I think he
down.
might be trying to do something with their shape. I'm not sure, because since the goal, we've sort of got tactically, we've got the better of them. I think he's trying to change their shape, showing them a little tactics board of how he wants them to be.
I wonder if this is something that would obviously be picked up by maybe those that make the laws, whether goalkeepers can go down for as long as they can, because of course it does provide an opportunity for the side that wants their keeper to go down to set out new tactics, whether that'll be something that's tidied up, because it is a trick in the system.
Read into this what you want, but I think if Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal did it, nothing will be said.
Absolutely, of course. Well, I suppose Arsenal were known to have done that in last weekend's game. There is going to be another substitution for Chelsea. They're 14 coming on. Richard Elise for the number 4, Caden Wilson.
And I'm surprised the keeper's carrying on.
Mark, you knew it. We've been saying all game you've got a golden ball. Or a
Pardon?
A golden ball? What am I talking about? A crystal ball. A crystal ball.
That COVID is very unexpected. Yeah. Side effects to it. How long actually gone? How long gone? So it's 3-1. And I'm gone in the game. I can't see the clock. 58.
Oh yeah, it's 58. So just 31 minutes to go.
Still a long way from over. It's a long way from over. Goals. Obviously, the obvious thing to say, but goals change games. We're in a good position at the moment, West Ham, scoreline and territorially.
Definitely. Well, Chelsea will hope that their new shape, tactics given by their head coach in that break after Merrick went down will change the complexion. West Ham enjoying some of the ball in the Chelsea half, but they come away with it through Brody Hughes. There's the substitute, Elise. Sorry. Merrick. Logging that cramp off well. Elise in some room down this right-hand side, and they'll try and pick out a ball towards this near side. Skulls with an awkward header there, but Mayers was present to keep the ball for West Ham. Here's Tarima.
Come on, Batcham.
Really well worked, but final ball from Orford. Just too much on it for Batcham to latch onto. Hughes. Dyer playing it out to that left-hand side. Hale there just trying to make that run in behind, trying to find the long ball and get on the end of one, but Chelsea choose to play it along the ground for the time being. Merrick slotting in between the two centre halves.
And that position he's in there is why Lou's tried the chip a few times, because he's so high up the pitch, the keeper.
Lewis Orford almost winning it back, but that's a lovely ball, but Herrick is there to come off his line and get there before Harvey Vale had a chance.
Great starting position there from Finn. Great start. He was on the front foot, waiting for the through ball.
Scarles holding off pressure from Hughes. You could see the idea from Akpata. He tried to feed it down this left channel. Hughes in front of him, but he opts to go to Atos. Chelsea dominating the ball now for the first time in this second half. And they try and make this count. Some pressure here. No, brilliant defending from West Ham. Just getting bodies in front of that pass to not allow it to get in behind. Unlucky there, as you could tell even from this distance.
It was hard very to see close. I thought if he keeps that on with a 2v2. What West Ham have to do, when the keeper comes up really high, ignore him. Just ignore him, because he's just an extra man, and let him, dare him to have it.
Sometimes I'm sure it could kind of put you off when you see a goalkeeper so unnaturally out of their box.
Yep.
This is a good run from Chelsea here. Vale won't want to look at that one again. Forever swerving away from Herrick's goal.
The only person in danger there was a cameraman sitting by the corner flag. When it went to him, I was slightly concerned, but...
Noticing actually, now that I've looked around more construction going on, is that's all part of the under-21s
no, that's
rebuild?
Not there. No, that's not there in front of us. That is something to do with the new first-team gym. That's the first team sort of facility over there. So the first team, that's going to be the gym. Everything to our left behind the goal is 21s.
We're just revamping Rush Green. That's a Category A academy.
Yep. There's a West Ham player down there. Obviously, we wouldn't use the dark arts of wanting to speak to the players. It's actually someone genuinely injured.
It's only the opposition that use the dark arts. West Ham
we're white than white.
Always playing fairly and by the rules, but there is going to have to be a substitution. So in all honesty, in all fairness, and in all seriousness, we hope it's not a bad one for Sean Moore, of course the goal scorer of West Ham's third, as he just got on the end of a lovely ball from Lewis Orford.
He's actually had a really good second half since he scored. I don't know if it's muscle, but he doesn't appear to be limping off. He seems to be moving off all right. So
perhaps it's just a bit of precaution.
Josh Ajala's coming on.
It's Josh Ajala, the one who used to play for Chelsea, wasn't offered a contract, so came to West Ham. So far, joint top goal scorer now, with Sean Moore walking off the pitch on 3 goals. Josh Ajala comes on, who's currently got 3 goals to his name. So does Amika Adieli now, following his first half brace. Put West Ham firmly in the driving seat.
Josh is going down the middle and Cam's going over to... Cam's going to do the right wing berth.
Where would you say he's more of
I do not like that pass.
Good position for Swire? When he's on the right or down the middle?
He can play either. I think Cam's, as a target man tonight, has held the ball up well, as he has done there, and got fouled referee.
Perhaps with Chelsea's high line, like we said, they're going to bring on Ajala to try and exploit that.
Yep.
Have a go against Merrick and maybe even have an effort to try and
he can't be too bad, Sean, because he hasn't gone down the tunnel. He's coming back round here, so if he was injured, he'd gone out there.
Pressure here from Chelsea.
Well played, Lolly.
Scar's almost winning it back.
I thought we did won that.
Rhoda Hughes laying it off to Elise.
Oh, not liking it. Well played.
He's out. heading it away, but hits the left side of his head, which just sees it go behind his byline. So Chelsea do have a corner, and it's their first corner of the second half.
You can see Billy's come to the front of the dugout now because he's involved in all the set pieces. It's his domain. Shouting on their toes.
Of course, he'll have been disappointed with Chelsea's
He would have
last
been,
corner because that was the one where they scored from.
Yeah, without a doubt.
No wonder you can see him coming out of his
Spends a lot of
area.
time, Billy, doing defensive set pieces. It's an important part of the game. You think how many goals are scored by set pieces?
Absolutely, they can win a game, obviously.
Without a doubt.
So I think it's important for every side to
It's a
try
foul,
and
referee.
be as good as possible with them.
Yep. At any level,
Yeah.
at this level, at Ryman's level or at first team
Yeah.
level.
Absolutely, you can win a game with a corner and lose one by a corner. West Ham have a free kick here. Warford spotting Scarles, who looks to now be popping up on this left-hand side.
Yeah.
Obviously, you said he's good enough to play anywhere, and he's looked good enough to play anywhere today, as he
Go on,
often
here's
does.
your
This is a
hat-trick,
brilliant
here's your
opportunity for Adiele. Can he get the hat-trick? Tries to be selfless. Still falls to Warford. West Ham getting a fourth would surely secure it, but play it patiently back to Scarles.
I don't mind Ryan Batcham at the back stick. It was completely unmarked there. He's gone the patient route.
Very patient. Akpata just sliding one through to Scarles, but that was good anticipation there from the substitute Mueka to win it back. And here he is, Shamu Mueka, beating Scarles with his power as he runs forward and he fires one at goal and it just glances wide. What a run that is from Shamira Mueka.
Was impressive. It was very, very close. Thought Ollie was going to sort of not make a professional foul, but maybe bring him down midway through our half. Not that I would advocate making professional fouls. I'm just,
Of course not, Mark.
More like a mistimed tackle might have occurred.
Just heard Felipe Colho, Chelsea head coach, just saying decision making to his player Mueka following that strike. You think he had a right to
Without a
pull the
doubt.
trigger?
Yeah, the right to pull the trigger, and it was all made by him. 1v1 cam, 1v1. Look at Lou. Watch Lou.
Bit of Jala running into the middle, Orford helping out Swire. Batcham on the underlap. West Ham are controlling the game nicely. Of course, Chelsea can still look dangerous going forward. West Ham dealing with the pressure well. That's a really nice return pass through to
Great tackle.
Mueka.
Great little touch. Great
Excellent.
little touch. Again, their coach might again been asking for the better decision making. He's not pleased, the coach. Good patience from us. We're winning the game. We haven't got to chase it. Keep moving the ball.
Really good game management so far since they've got the third. We've just seen the confidence grow. Pull there from Chelsea, questionable there.
It's one of those times. It's a free kick. If you make too much of it, they won't give it. He made a bit of a meal of it there, Josh, I thought. Quite a flamboyant
Hands
dive.
raised as he fell to the floor.
Good tackle.
Still looked like he came away with it. Luisao there to make sure it didn't go behind for a corner.
You notice how many times Luisao does a sweeping up job, a covering job. Really important to the team. Having a little bit of a spell here, Chelsea.
They are. Merrick still firmly out of his box. Passing with confidence here, Chelsea.
Yep.
Slight heavy touch, which allows Adiele to try and run onto Brodie Hughes. Chelsea calling for a foul, but they'll get a throw, which they throw quickly.
Played as.
Orford losing out to Washington.
Keeper.
Tries to find Vale.
Go away.
No penalty. Ooh. Slightly nervous touch there from Herrick. It looked like he almost just accidentally had a heavy touch which saw the ball go beyond the byline. Kept it in his grasp. Adieli. Chelsea pressure here, forcing West Ham back.
They're actually as they was in the first minute of the second half, Chelsea. They've sort of got to grips with being 3-1 down and they're having a right go.
Chelsea coming away with it as Battram just slips there, but a brilliant stand tackle there as he just puts in a foot to win the ball back. Excellent from Ryan Battram. Improvisation there from Scarles.
Improvisation, you're very polite. It's actually mistimed touch completely,
but he managed to do well following that mistouch.
Yeah, he did. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
You have the right to say those harsh words, Mark. I think me saying that wouldn't give him much justice. That's a really good ball put into the box.
To be fair, since their keeper had cramp and their coach had a word with them, you would say Chelsea in the ascendancy. That their sort of tactical change, whatever it may be, has given them a good foothold in the game. Robbo might have to change us a little bit.
Poor pass there from Dyer. Just on different wavelengths over onto that far side. Felipe Colho making decisions again to his team. Frustrated at the way they've done their decision making. What have you made of it, Mark?
I can see where he's coming from, but their approach play has been good, and just sometimes their own end product could be better. When you think of our end product, we've been quite clinical. When we've had our opportunities, some of theirs has been flashed across the goal, or they've had a shot, from strange angles and that. But you can't say they've had a bad performance, Chelsea. They've played quite well, in all fairness to them. I just think our defensive capabilities are better than theirs. We've kept them at bay, where when we've had our opportunities, we've just been a bit more clinical.
That third goal as well. Magnificent from Orford.
Yeah.
He just has an eye for a pass.
He does. His vision is fantastic, though.
I'm sure he'll be looking to join the cohort of players seeking first team minutes as well, because you'd say he's one of the players on the pitch now in West Ham colours that feels like that's the trajectory he's on. Surely he's going to follow in the footsteps of those that have gone on to seek first team minutes, not necessarily with another side, but also with the first team perhaps.
I'd like to say definitely not with another side, with West Ham United, but
yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. That's why, Aston Villa was sniffing around. Aston Villa made some, bids and inquiries about him because, they recognise, what a good midfield player he is. I mean, you know as well as I do, I'm completely biased to any West Ham player who's been through our under-18s. I think they're all fantastic, but, for me, they'd all been in and around the first team. But luckily for West Ham, I'm not the first team manager.
I said, this side we'd be facing Brentford tomorrow. You're like a proud dad.
I would indeed. I am anyway, as a fan.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm like that. Any West Ham team, from the under-10s to the first team, I want them all to win.
Who's one of the players on the pitch today that you've probably known the longest?
I'm the longest on the. Probably Ollie and Lou, because they was playing up in the 18s when they was under 15s. So I've known all of them for a long time. I actually really know them well.
Quick feet from Ajala, just trying to weave it past the Chelsea number 6, Matos. It's Battram with a spring in his step. Wire popping up on the right, trying to deliver a ball into the centre. Sloppy pass. They have been quite sloppy when trying to play those little intricate passes forward.
Yeah, they've put the ball out of play, like sort of an unforced error, as a tennis sort of parlance, for if you want. But then sometimes they've had some really good passes. They've been a bit inconsistent. I think their coach agrees with me.
Decision making, something he's been frustrated with, but West Ham's decision making has been good. Their finishing has been top notch too. Especially at managing the game when they started the second half.
Yep.
With that setback right at the end of that first 45 period. West Ham would have feared Chelsea would then be going into the break and really feeling like they're going to complete the comeback.
Yeah, there's good coaching there from Mark Robson, shouting lock in, lock in, lock in. He knew they was in the corner and they couldn't really get out.
Action off. Number 16, Mueka. West Ham will welcome that all day long with Matcham to take the throw down the line.
Little quiet period in the game doesn't offend us. The 3-1 up.
Don't want it to go the other way. It's poked forward down that left channel with Tarima chasing back, but there he is. Louis Zhao commandingly sliding in on Mueka. Chelsea have a throw.
The amount of times he's done that tonight and covered. Been excellent. Really done well, look.
He'd be a player that you could see getting first team minutes even in this season?
Yeah, I definitely could. I think he's a no-nonsense centre-half. He's not the sort of centre-half, he's great in possession. He's more, a defensive centre-half, covering, making tackles, winning headers.
A proper centre-half, one would say.
An old-fashioned centre-half, I'd say. And there he is, like that. He wasn't like, he was just, well done, Cam. Lou, here's your pass. Yeah, and he's what I would call an old Ed and kick it centre-half. Ed and volley. But he's good for the team. And there he goes again on the cover.
Another substitution for Chelsea after this attack, resulting in a Chelsea corner. Looks like there's going to be the substitution now. It's Reece Russell-Denny who comes on.
Definitely in the ascendancy, the team from South West London.
Enjoying their spell in this second half, but need to try and make it count sooner rather than later. Goes through that cluster of players. Here is Tyreek George. He's had a quiet second half, a really active first half as Washington heading it towards Herrick's goal. He just rises to collect that effort.
You haven't noticed Tyreek George at all second half, really, considering what a force he was in the first half, and what a dangerous player. Until you mentioned his name, I actually forgot he was on the pitch.
Of course, Tyreek George, 3 goals to his name, all came in the 6-3 win for Chelsea against Brentford. A hat-trick that afternoon. Should have actually got us underway this evening, Mark, with that first effort.
Should really, it was a good opportunity, wasn't it?
How things could have changed or ended up had that found the back of the net. Here's Vale. Russell Denny's waiting in the wings. Chelsea playing in their final third, trying to find that run from Brodie Hughes. He goes sliding in, which sees Adieli just fall over. We were saying how Tyreek George, who is now going to be coming off for Reece Russell-Denny.
I think their coach must have heard us talking about him, so he hasn't really done nothing in the second half.
Suggesting we're that influential.
Oh,
perhaps
definitely.
yourself.
No, definitely at Rush Green, what I say goes. I think he hasn't run himself into the ground, Tyrone, but Tyrone's looking a fraction tired in the middle of the pitch. I don't know if Robbo's noticing it, or it's just me, or it's just the length of his shorts, but he looks a little bit tired in there. Put his shorts up tight. He's worked really, really hard in the middle of the pitch, really has.
Tyreek George was saying was going to be a good duel with Ryan Battram. It certainly was in the first half, but in the second half, Battram's been bombing up and down that right-hand side. Scholes just unable to keep the ball in.
I think if Tyreek George had it all his own way, then he would have got more and more possession, because Ryan matched him quite a lot, didn't he? So it was nip and tuck.
Akamori. Dyer. Russell Denny tries to make the run. He's now occupying that left wing position that Tyreek George was in, so like-for-like replacement there from Felipe Colho. And a pace here from Dyer as he manages to weave himself away from Orford. Slight worries there, but it was expertly cleared up by the West Ham number 8.
Again, one of those decisions, if it's for your team, you're screaming. If it's not, you're saying it's never a foul. So it's a bit 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd have gave it, if I'm honest.
West Ham have a free kick now after that brief spell of pressure.
How long have we got gone?
10 minutes to go. Replay there with the referee having words with Dyer. West Ham 10 minutes away from making it 5 wins in 5. What a start to the season, Mark.
Fantastic. Really, really, at any level you play at, 5 wins out of it is really, really great achievement. Really is.
Going all the way up to Newcastle as well and getting a clean sheet and a goal up there. Good win in Tyneside. Vale. Chelsea still aiming to complete this comeback. Vale taking it on the inside. Lofting a good ball in. It's dangerous, but it's well defended by Sean Tarima.
I think there was a little cameo of the night, the way we defended that there. Good delivery, but
Dyer on the turn.
Before they are. Oh, one for the cameras, Finn. Love it. Must have been at least 10 pictures taken that in mid-air. Well done.
You'll be enjoying looking back at those.
It's good hands as well, joking apart.
Very good hands. No parry there because you had Washington trying to anticipate a potential
It was a clean,
second ball.
It was a clean strike, if I'm honest.
Really was.
Gone a little bit sloppy in possession. We have gone a little bit sloppy.
Chelsea is starting to sense some danger.
Yeah.
Herrick once again just coming off his line to collect that ball, and Orford spreading it out to Batcham on that right hand
I'd
side.
like to see us show a good little bit of game management. We haven't got to keep going forward now. We're winning the game 3-1. Just keep some possession. Giving it away a little bit too cheaply.
Don't want to be going into stoppage time with nerves, just leading by 1 goal.
Foul throw, referee. Great decision.
But that's another unforced error.
Yeah,
We've
unforced
seen
error.
from Chelsea again. But West Ham won't care as they're 8 minutes away from making it 5 wins in 5. Chelsea made all of their substitutions.
Have they? Yeah.
West Ham have only made 2.
I might have done Tyrone a disservice. He looks to be running quite freely again now, so maybe he was just having a little breather.
Yeah.
He has worked really hard.
He's worked his socks off.
He really has.
So you can warrant him just having maybe a 10-minute breather, just letting the game go by. It hasn't affected anything as West Ham's 2-goal lead still remains. Here's their goalkeeper that's been playing like a free roaming centre half for the majority of the game that Orford's tried to exploit on a couple of occasions. Here come Chelsea as they've looked lively, but once again Louise out, not allowing the cross to get through. Good defending.
So many times he's made the first contact from either side, crosses Lewis L. Been excellent tonight defensively. Really has been excellent.
Vale, the far side. Low ball again, but Batcham heads it away at the near post. Now they try to break forward.
Take your time, West Ham, take your time.
Straight into the book there, Brodie Hughes, following his challenge on Joshua Jala to stop the breakaway. Professional foul.
Yep.
6 minutes remaining for 90.
There'll be a few added on with all the substitutions and the like, so just make some passes, West Ham. Take the sting out of the game.
Players.
frustrated. Little triangles, little angles. If we can play forward, but keep possession. Keep possession, the clock's ticking.
Jala holding it up against the tall frame of their number 3, Akamoe. Jala out to Batram. Tricky feet there from Ajala as he falls to the floor, but the referee doesn't think that's down to a foul. Play continues.
That's how Josh dreamt it last night against his old club, going through and whacking it in the top corner.
Just couldn't quite put it off there. Also, very good second half performance from West Ham. And Chelsea have just come off an impressive 3-2 win against senior side Bromley, and that's by no means that's a very respectable result, albeit they're in League 2, but still up against that type of opposition, Mark.
Looks like Ollie's hurt over here, by the way.
Which isn't good news.
A number of reasons, but the refs acknowledged it, but not that interesting.
He's holding his right knee. It's a slide challenge in from Adieli, but he still comes away with it. Richard Elise saying this is warning signs for West Ham.
Good block.
Bale on the volley. Oh, and it's just crept under Louise out, which changed the direction of the ball, allowing it to go under Finlay Herrick, and it's now 3-2.
Just what we didn't want to happen. Someone else is on the floor in our own box. I don't know who that is. Is it Lou?
Wow. Not only is Skulls down, another West Ham player as well.
We can make one more substitution, can we? Or not?
We've only brought on Tarima and Ajala. Still got Dan Rigg and Brad Dolligan to come on. Chelsea will be licking their lips now. A late goal in the first half and now a late goal in the second.
They will. They'll be really coming at us. He stopped saying decision making. He's all behind his team now, the coach. He said they can get another goal. He's keen. It looks like it's just cramped to me. It looks like it's cramped.
Well, that's good. He was down for a large amount of time there.
He was. It was
a slight bit of fortune for Chelsea when Vale struck it. Of course, he got the brace against Bromley in their most recent victory on Tuesday.
To be fair to the lad, he did keep, although it did take a nick, he kept it on target, he kept it in there. That looks a more serious injury than one in their own box, actually. It's Lou, isn't it? Yeah, it's Lou.
So 2 key figures in this West Ham side currently down, just having some medical attention.
Ollie's up, but he's walking like me coming back from the pub on a Saturday night.
Perhaps you after your trip in Birmingham on Tuesday.
Oh no, it's just a couple of
professional.
Couple of Quite Guinnesses.
Mark remaining professional. That's something I.
The ultimate professional. Looks like there is a substitution going to be made.
Oh, that's a shame for Ollie Skulls, as he's had a bright game. So is Lewis Orford, who's down to our right in the penalty area. He's got his hands on his head.
So Brad's coming on.
Dan Rigg, Brad Dolligan.
Both of them.
Yes, so Dan Rigg and Brad Dolligan come on for the remainder of this game. 2 attackers. They want to try and reinstall.
Dan Rigg can play as a midfield as a 6, 8 or 10 really. He can play as a deep line one or advanced or even further advanced. Brad is an out and out centre forward. He might put Cam back in the midfield to play alongside.
I haven't seen much of Brad this season. He made his first start, of course, against Benfica. Is he someone that you can see slowly making his way into the under-21 side?
He's not used to academy football. He's not used to how it's played. He's come from Worthing, which is a different style of football, which his goal-scoring record was fantastic. It looks like Lou's going to continue.
So it's just which means Brad's gone back to the bench. But talking about Brad Dolligan, do you think it's just a case of getting used to the way academies play? Because you'd want to get first team football sooner rather than later, you'd think.
Yeah.
10 minutes added on. Wow. And another yellow card. Josh Ajala, the substitute, going into the book.
That is a lot of minutes.
Certainly is.
Why would he let Lou back on?
Getting frustrated. Just on the touchline. He's still not able to make his way onto the pitch. So right now it's 10 v 11 in favour of the Blues.
No, he's still putting his hand there. He won't let him come on. Just keep. Go on, Ez. Go on, Ez. Good enough for us. We'll let that. Any chance, ref?
Now Warford's back on the pitch, which is good to see. 9 minutes left of the 10 added on. Chelsea will be happy, just 1 goal down now with 9 minutes to try and get an equaliser. Here's clearance away from Mayers.
Come on, Cam, you've done him.
Swire sprinting.
Again, the chip was on again.
Trying to hold it up, changing direction. Giving something for Ishe Samuel-Smith to think about. Look at this pressure from Chelsea. Haven't seen anything like it all game, and now all of a sudden they can sniff an equaliser so late on. Throwing everything at it.
They've actually pushed three right up, Chelsea. You look, put the 2 up.
Even
17.
4 now.
Yeah.
Richard Elise.
I don't mind that picture. When it's in a straight line, it's quite easy to mark. Or should be. That's the picture I don't want to see when they're running behind.
Is just on
Fouled in, well played as well.
Still got his hands on him. Maybe an element of frustration there from Chelsea's right back Brodie Hughes.
I think he's already been booked in. He wants to be careful. Good defending there from Ezra. Good defending.
Seeing that threat and nullifying it straight away. Always seemed like the favourite when he got there. Made sure that was the case.
You can't just sit in and defend for 7 or 8 minutes. You've got to have some sort of possession and some sort of threat. Come on, Vicky. Push him back then. Make him go back.
Rigg looking to play more like a 10 since coming on. You think that's a surprise given the circumstances of the game?
No, I think you have to have a threat. You can't just sit back in as a deep block. You have to have a threat when you get the ball.
Adiele trying to mark this right-hand side for Chelsea.
Great decision, Lino. Always said he was a good liner, that fella.
Do you know him well then?
Yeah, know the geezer well. He's the fellow I have a drink with on a Saturday night. Never seen a bloke before in my life.
Man of Rush Green. Of course, you know everyone. Another free kick.
Alan gone. How are we doing with the time?
We've entered the 4th minute of this stoppage time. Let's play it down this left-hand side, but that's fortunate for Riggs. He pounces onto that opportunity. Nice turn there from Adiele. Oh, he looks like he may have just pulled something. Perhaps that was cramp on his right leg. Walks gingerly. Ball straight back to Merrick. Mayo.
I'd like us to be a bit more noisy on the pitch. All I can hear is Chelsea voices from the side and on the pitch.
Ruizao just being drawn into midfield, but coming back. And looks like Brodie Hughes currently occupying like a centre forward position. All Chelsea at the moment. Dan Rigg against Benfica type pass there down that left hand side. Jala just unable to play that pass. Hustling going on there. Dyer's chasing the ball. Swire's down on the floor.
Good play, West Ham.
Very nice.
Oh. We do look a little bit fatigued, if I'm honest.
To such a commanding majority of the second half performance.
Working
Chelsea really the team on top now late on here following that man there's goal for Chelsea, making it 3-2. He's out. Rising high to head it away. Still alive here for Chelsea. Backs to the wall performance so far from West Ham. Vale trying to whip it in with his left boot again. He does, but Herrick's there. Fortunate.
He's starting to hit a few decent crosses from this side, and he's cutting in that left. I think Finn was always confident and in command there. Be strong, Josh. Be strong.
Josh up against Akamea. Good link-up play between Elise and Vale. Trying to get past two West Ham players. He finds his way past Rigg, but Adieli fouls him. He's just showing his frustrations to the assistant referee on this near side. Not West Ham's best friend anymore.
No, you have to give Chelsea some credit. They're really having a go at this comeback. They really are. That goal's really given them wind in their sails, if you like.
Vale.
I'd like this cross to land somewhere around Lewis Howe.
Or into the gloves of Herrick.
Even better.
Even better. Every single player in the West Ham half.
Into the gloves, into the gloves.
Oh, and they're into the gloves.
Good prediction. You know the game, sir. Hello.
Nice
to Josh. Be strong.
Find Ajala with that quick throw, long as well.
It's a foul.
They win the foul. Brilliant there for West Ham.
Good prediction into the gloves. I wasn't going to be that ambitious.
I feel quite smug now. I feel like yourself. Getting all these predictions right. You're just learning off you, Mark.
Not when he's done that, or even wanted to.
Involuntarily. Well, West Ham will welcome this free kick. You say we started to see a change in momentum following Chelsea's goalkeeper going down and the tactic discussion from their head coach?
We did seem to. If I'm honest, I don't know. I can't quite see what the change in tactic is. He changed personnel, or the number 10. What's the fella's name?
Harvey Vale.
He's been quite influential since then.
He's certainly woken up a bit.
Yeah, and he keeps pushing him out here, wide right, coming in his left, hitting those diag crosses, and getting a 2v1 here. If you notice, there's him and the 14 have come out here. We haven't really kept it, and Emeka's got to get Dan Rigg out to help him in the 2v1.
Frustrations from the referee.
We love the ref.
From
Take your
Chelsea
time,
colours.
ref. Take your time.
Eric running a nice ball out to Vale, who's really showed the power of his left foot in this half. He tries to go with his right. Herrick there, commanding collection there from West Ham's number 1.
Ryan Batcham.
Another throw out to Swire on this right-hand side. Oh, just trying to get his in behind.
That's okay. Done enough. Get the ball in their half. How are we doing for time?
Well, we've got 1 minute 20. You'd think no more than 2 minutes left. Batcham, good game. Who'd you say would be your player of the match performance?
Lewis Howe. Lewis Howe. I think Tyrone's had a great game in the centre of the park, but Lewis Howe defensively. I think Ezra's played well as well. Ezra's had a good game at the back. Ryan Batcham's had a good game. He's been out of Emeka, scored 2 goals, so it's been some good performances all round. And Lewis Alford's passing's been fantastic. Cam's hold-up play. Finn Eric's had a good commanding game in goal.
Just the 2 late goals for Chelsea, one in the first and one in the second half. Seen a slight scare for West Ham in this stoppage time after a very commanding second half performance. Harvey Vale strike half the deficit for Chelsea. The assistant referee waving his flag on that far side as Chelsea have a throw.
Give a free kick, actually.
So we are technically 15 seconds away from the 100-minute mark. Chelsea really going to throw the kitchen sink at it now as their coaching staff are all on their feet.
Take it off him.
They play it down this right-hand side, but one of the shout-outs Mark just mentioned in Ezra Mayers intercepts that long ball, but they've got a throw.
Come on, ref.
Come here.
Have a look at your watch, fella.
And the whistle is blown, and West Ham make it 5 wins in 5. Overall, a very good performance. It's been an entertaining match as well. Mark Phillips, your thoughts?
Really has been a good game. We're looking to bring the crowds back to Rush Green, so next time I would like to see you all coming over here supporting us. It was a good game. There's some good goals in it. Some good. I think the key to it was our defensive display. I really do. From Lewis Howe, from Ezra, Ryan Batcham, the likes of that, and Tyrone had a great game in the centre of the park. It was good. I mean, probably I don't know possession-wise. I fancy Chelsea have had the lion's share of possession, but it's about the scoreline. We've won 3-2. We're top of the league. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming, says Mark. Well, thank you for joining me. You're joined by me, Ollie Ordis, and Mark Phillips. We'll just run you through the goals that have obviously seen West Ham secure their 5th win in the Premier League 2 this season. This is where it all began. Ezra Mayers playing a lovely ball down that left-hand side. Adieli in some room, coming towards the byline and poking it home with a lovely lofted ball. And
Fantastic finish. Fantastic finish.
there's one of the players of the match, Louis Howe, or the player of the match from Mark.
Both of them there, Lewis Howe and Ezra. And Emeka didn't play too bad either, to be fair, so they're all involved in that. Good.
Hot work.
This one for me, the actual good composure from Lou, the actual pass from Tyrone, fantastic. Seen the vision, lovely little clip, there you go. And Emeka's done well as well, it's a great touch, great pace. And he must have seen the keeper leaving the spot, and he found it.
Good vision there. Good decision making too. Struck it at the right time. That was, of course, West Ham's 2nd of the evening.
I think I've done Emeka a disservice. Both his touches there were excellent, and the third one says it all.
Of course, it was the ball from Agpata, had he unleashed. But look at this ball from Harvey Vale, who really came alive in that second half. Eric just unable to get down to his near post. Good left foot.
He has got a good left foot, Harvey Vale, really has.
It was a good header as well, and you were surprised by McNeely coming off quite early on in that second half.
Well, he was quite a threat. I was quite happy when he went off, if I'm honest.
This is the brilliant goal.
It's a fantastic ball from Lou Alford, really is.
Excellent.
Absolute class.
Excellent
Short
vision.
ball, very composed. Yeah, well done, Sean. Well
Opens
done.
up his body to just slot it home.
Yeah. I mean, that's not an easy ball there from Lou, though. It looks quite simple. No one's blocking his path, but to thread that through there is excellent. And Sean's got a lot to do. He really has got a lot to do. He's chopped him in half. There you go. Pick it out
Have
there for
that.
me, will you?
Slotted away, and this was the goal that gave West Ham a slight worry for the remainder of the game. Of course, we still had 10 minutes added on after this. But that ricochet fell kindly to Vale, and it was unfortunate there from Louis Howe because it was going straight into Herrick's grasp, you'd say.
Yeah, I think I might have to take the man of the match off of Lewis Howe for that. I'm only kidding. I think Finn would have actually saved it, but that's, he hit the shot on target, Lewis Howe, and Finn's right behind it. Yeah, could have been handball and everything there, actually.
Fairly fortunate, but that is the end of this evening's action. Of course, West Ham's next game is next Wednesday in the Premier League International Cup against Athletic Bilbao, but they return here to Rush Green in Premier League 2 for their game against Fulham, who are currently 2nd in the division. West Ham end match week 5 in the PL2, top of the league. It's been me, Ollie Ordis, and Mark Phillips. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It ends here. West Ham 3, Chelsea 2.
Good night. Pretty bubbled in. They fly
Remember the glory. From the Academy of Football to the champions of Europe, where our players became giants of the game and changed it forever, wearing our famous claret and blue. 60 years on, we wear the pride, we wear the passion, we We wear the history whilst making our own. Wear the greatness.
Right, you lot, today's a big day because we know West Ham United is all about putting in the hard work, grafting for the bag. Yes, let's have it! And you've worked hard. Early starts, late finishes. Oh, I've seen it. Tireless, selfless graft. We're not just cooking on the pitch. We're cooking off it too. And you do it all on your own, don't you? Well, not anymore. It's not just about the badge on your shirt. It's about what you wear on your sleeve and what that represents. Because this club don't exist without you. You pillars of the community. You champions of industry. You beautiful business owners. Now get out there and show me what you've got!
Our London, real London, nobody stays a stranger. The Bow Bells, our London calling. More than just a place, the Cockney cool heard far and wide. Graft and dedication, together for the ride. Born here, raised or made here, this is home. Our differences unite us, wherever we may roam. Our spirit strong, our pride runs deep. In our London, it's our dreams we keep. Through highs and lows, we rise and shine. Beyond these streets, the Bow Bells chime.
West Ham United legend Jimmy Walker has got himself in a spot of bother.
Hello, Car Insurance, how can we help?
Company motor's broken down. It's match day.
I know just the company for the job.
NWVA. The fastest, most efficient, cost-effective vehicle assistance company in the UK. Right, Jimmy, let's get into this game, eh?
Nice one, Tom.
NWVA are proud partners of West Ham United.